Hello Prodigy Finance student, and welcome to our guide on how to land a great internship. Let's look at first what the on-campus recruitment process really looks like. In the first quarter, you'll have finance. In the second quarter is consulting. The third quarter is industry, and the fourth is generally startups and entrepreneurship. Basically, it's never too early to start looking for an internship opportunity. So what does this mean for your preparation? Well, you'll need to have your pitch, your CV, and your cover letter down straight before the interview process begins. So let's start now with strategy and positioning. You can begin by doing a gap analysis to see what strengths and weaknesses your application might have. Likewise, oftentimes your school will host different events that can help you improve your application. For instance, they might have a CV workshop or host practice interviews. You should definitely take advantage of these opportunities. It is also important to remember that the interview process will adopt the local business customs. For instance, in the US, many of the business norms are different than what you might expect. Here we have a list of some minute differences that you might not be familiar with. Now let's look at the overall internship process. What we really want to avoid here is the chance of you burning out. This means that you've been looking for too many opportunities and just get tired and can't put your best effort into your application. In order to avoid this, we think that it's best to only attend one or two different recruiting sessions so you can really make sure to be 100% present at these sessions. It's also important to get used to hearing no if you're going to avoid burning out. You can't get discouraged just because you might not get your first application accepted. So you need to be willing and able to listen and hear a no. And what goes hand in hand with that is being realistic. You should know that really it's a little bit unrealistic to think that you can change two or three of the following: your industry, your location, and your role. And most MBAs we have want to change their location because it's their summer internship after all. This means that you'll likely be in the same industry and the same role that you were previously. It may sound boring, so if you really want to push, try and change two of the three different criteria. For example, you could move from product management to marketing inside the same firm, or you could shift from strategic consulting to in-house strategy. This makes the change a little bit more feasible. So what's key is to play to your strengths and also know your weaknesses. Could you leverage your expertise in your home country and make this a unique skill in your new position? For instance, we find that consulting firms often struggle to find individuals who speak a second language. As an international student, you likely have a couple languages under your belt. Use this to your advantage. Likewise, you're probably going to have a market that you're familiar with beyond just wherever you're studying. Use this again to show that your international background is a huge benefit for the employer. So what will this process look like as you go about searching for an internship? Here we have a 6-step path to go about securing your ideal internship. Currently, we're at the second step, strategy. Next, we will talk about positioning your candidacy, searching for internships, building your application materials, and lastly, succeeding in the actual interview. The process of securing an internship can take a long time, so it's important to maintain a positive attitude. Whether you're sending in your application, waiting to hear back, going to several different rounds of interviews, or waiting for the ultimate result, just remember that this is a long process and don't get discouraged. Alright, let's get started on the journey then.